Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the video. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Finally done with Wednesday. Today was my hardest day of the week because the units were pretty hard. The run was pretty hard. I was running the whole time. So, I mean, it's okay though, because, it's just units. Look, I honestly, it hasn't gotten to the point where I feel like I don't have the resources, that being with time and effort of my own, to finish the job. So I think it's been good so far. So it hasn't been a point where I've reached that. So because there has been points before in my other jobs where it's like it feels like there's no way to keep up, and I don't have the resources available to continue, uh, keep up the pace, and then I get behind. So it's just basically survival, right? And that's how I felt like in my last job, and I was burning out bad in that job for sure. But with this job, it hasn't reached that point at all. So I'm glad because I really want to avoid that. I think that's one thing that keeps people away from RVs is that in the places that are badly mismanaged, where the workload isn't evenly divided, you're gonna have it's gonna be where people it's gonna be where people will think they all get paid the same, but some of them just don't get uh, as much amount of work. Some people won't get the same amount of work, and then what happens is, well, they come in saying, well, it's the job. So like people come in and want a job, and management saying, well, it's the job you get. So like other people do it, other people have done it before you. So it's a you problem. And then when it becomes a you problem, when they make it aware it's a you problem, well, that's that. And it's horrible because there's a lot of good money out there. It's just a lot of these RV places are badly managed, and then what happens is it's just basically do or die. Like I feel like anyone can do RV jobs, any jobs really, but uh, it's just how they run the places that end up breaking people because you can have great workers, but if the work isn't evenly divided or not even it's not fair, it's gonna be bad for the worker, and then they're gonna quit. Like they eventually just quit, find a better job, and then if not, the work itself will be bad because they don't want to do it, or they don't want to do it with quality because they're trying to rush to get to the next unit and trying to not get behind because they're gonna get bombarded by somebody else. So what you end up doing, which I've been in that before, not in this job but in my other job, is where I'm like, okay, I just gotta you know tack it on, do do my job at the bare minimum just so I can get to the next unit and continue working because it can get pretty bad. So yeah, but I'm in this job. It's not so bad. It's not bad at all. The job's gotten easier. I will say that, to be honest, it has gotten easier with. I used to do all trim, now I only do ceiling, so it's great. But enough of that about work because I always talk about work or after work. But it makes sense as I'm literally, leaving work. But today, what do I have planned today? I have I have homework like usual. I want to draw today though. I want to make an effort to draw. Yesterday, I made a point to say that I will finish coding my coding class this year. I'm like on day 6 or 7, and funny or crazy enough, I had to do a challenge on Reborg's World. In coding, I'm in coding, and I'm taking this class just to give some quick background. I'm taking this Python class, and in this Python class, there's a part where I have to go to this website called Reborg's World, where it's essentially like a little robot on a maze patterned, not maze, but like on a square patterned field, and it gives you different challenges to do to get across to the goal, and you obviously have to code it in a way to get to that goal. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. And I finally succeeded yesterday with the hardest challenge that they gave me. So that was awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it this year. I'm definitely finishing it this year because I'm not gonna put it off. I'm not gonna make it a thing. I feel like mentally, if I don't want to do it, if I don't feel like if I feel like it's not worth continuing, I'm just gonna drag it on, and I don't want to do that. And I finally got a breakthrough yesterday where I'm like, dude, I get it. I get the code. I finally get the code. Because yesterday morning I was like, oh, I gotta do this challenge. I looked at it. It looks hard. I'm probably gonna have to try it for like 10 minutes and then be like, all right, I'm done. I have to see what my professor does because it's all videos. It's all the course is all videos. It's just all that. I mean, I think you could probably DM her or you could probably message her, but I don't think you'll reach her or you'll probably reach like her help desk or something. But yeah, so um, I finally broke through. I'm like, I finally get the code. I'm like, okay, so because the biggest problem through the code was that you have to make it go. It's called maze number one, or I'm not sure. It's just called maze. But basically, the robot will spawn anywhere in the map, any which way it's facing, and the trick of it is to make it go towards the right wall. So you gotta make it turn right, and you gotta make it turn right, and you gotta make sure the code tells the instructions that if the wall right side is clear, then they can turn and go that way. But if not, or if the front wall is clear, or front space is clear to go forward and then go right. So it's just a bunch of that and indentations, obviously, and the while loops and if statements were the biggest contributions to making this thing happen. So I finally did it. Finally broke through with it. And I'm happy because I'm like I finally put my like I don't want to like I feel like up until that point yesterday, I wasn't really learning it. I wasn't really like how would I put it? I wasn't super proactive with it. So the issue was that I felt like I wasn't learning as I should be. But and I know that's not the case because coding is pretty difficult, and everyone says in coding that I've seen say like it's obviously gonna take a while. Takes a little bit to like finally get into it, and then once you get into it, once you get that breakthrough, it's like okay, cool, and then you kind of push again because you gotta like the thing about coding, which I finally get to a small sense, is that you have to. It's obviously called a language, but it's really is like a language because you have to understand the way it's designed. Because if you don't understand the design, you can understand the codes. You can be a dictionary and be like, okay, well, you gotta use a while loop for this. You gotta use an if statement for this, and then an else statement or whatever, right? But it's like if you don't understand how to write it down or how to map it out correctly, and obviously the properties and what they do, then you're always gonna get stumped. But once you start learning how to write it down, how it goes, like map it out, essentially it gets a lot easier. And that was what I kind of broke through. I'm like, well, I took it step by step, and that's what really helped me out. So I'm happy about that. And I know I've been talking about it for like the last 2 minutes, so uh, energetic about it, but I really am. This is what I'm gonna do for my career. I want to do that for my career. So yeah, great. I'm feel happy about that. But yeah, homework. I gotta do my other classes too. I'm going with the other classes: computer, intro to cybersecurity threats, some other ones, a whole bunch of other stuff, guys. I don't know. My mind blanks out a lot, to be honest, but it'll be alright. Ay papi, ay papi, ay papi, ay papi, ay papi. Perdóname, perdóname, perdóname. But yeah, it's it's a lot, guys. Not gonna lie. I'm also creating content. I finally got on TikTok last week. I started doing more content, and it's been pretty good. I mean, from having only 2 followers, I've been averaging pretty good views, like pushing 200, 300, 500. My last 2 posts were over 500. My last one was almost 1,000. It's like I know it's not too much in the grand scheme of TikTok, because TikTok can get a lot of numbers, but it's great for me because it's like you'll see accounts that have like 500K, a million, and then they only have like 100K viewers, at least in a span of a day or two, or 3 days or so. So for me, gaining almost 900 viewers in less than a day, it's great. Um, but what I gotta figure out though is I don't want to just be a talking head. Like I don't want to be someone that just talks. I want to be someone that I want to be a niche, but not so much a niche. It's like I have to level up my speaking skills, but also my energy, and within that, my own knowledge of things. Like, is my insight worth that much money? Is it? Can I spend it in a way that it's worth money? Because everyone can know. There's a lot of people that know a lot of things more than I do. But the trick is, which I realized, very early on, because that's kind of how everyone else is too, is that people will say the same thing, just in different ways. And the entertaining people, the people that get views, are the ones that can entertain you no matter what. It's like, and it's rare too, but or rather, it's a skill that has to be honed in pretty hard. Just like anything else that's worth obtaining, it's pretty hard. So that's that's what I'll be working on the following days, or well, actually for the next following years, because I want to get good at speaking. I want to get good at content creating. I want to get good at being in front of a camera, and I am pretty good in front of a camera. So, I mean, you edit all if you want. TikTok you can edit it. It's fine. If you're live, it's a little different. I'm sure it'd be a bit more coordinated to what you're saying, but the same thing goes for as well. So, but yeah, guys, I don't know how good this mic is with this piece instead of the fluffy one, so I don't want to keep it on for too long. And that's just an excuse because I want to be done with this right now. I'm tired. I want to eat my apple. My throat's all dry. Obviously, I don't want to eat my apple. I don't want to, drink my water. Obviously, can edit it out too, but I want to enjoy my apple and water time. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. See how this mic works. I hope it works better than the other one because my other one felt like it was a little staticky. I'm not sure if this is. I hope it's not, and I hope it doesn't capture all the air coming in. So or the wind. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.